Have you ever dreamed of building your perfect home recording studio, but you're not sure where to start? We got you covered. Today, I'm at my good friend Oksana's house. She's an amazingly talented piano player and composer, and she wants to take her recording sessions to the next level. Let's go check it out.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome.
So good to see you. Wow, this is beautiful, Oksana.
Thank you.
Yes.
This is where I teach my piano students. I've decided to resume my composing.
Yeah, well, as you know, it doesn't matter, basement, home office, extra bedroom, large closet, you can make a really good home studio just about anywhere.
Well, let me show you where I think I would like to have it. It's gonna be my garage.
All right, Oksana.
Somewhere.
First of all, I love the fact that you decided to convert this because you do have some space to move about. However, one of the big problems with a basement or a garage is that usually when you do this, you hear a lot of echo. But in this room, we don't. And I attribute that to you being smart and saying, you know what, let me make it comfy and put my couch in. You have a nice couch that's got this cloth fabric on it and a nice big area rug.
Absorption.
Yes, it absorbs a lot of the echo. So the thing is, we don't want the sound to ping around the whole room. So again, if we do this, we don't hear pop. We don't hear like a slap back. Good work on that. Now, another thing that I wanted to point out, would you mind peeling back the curtain?
Of course. This is, after all, a garage area here.
Yeah. But you did a great job concealing some of the things that we all have in our garages or basements.
I didn't have to buy anything extra special.
Right.
I just went through my closet, whatever I had, I just pulled it out and put it together. And
it works. It still has a little bit of density to it, so it helps absorb that sound.
You can always take it a step further and put fabric on the wall.
Exactly. Towels, blankets, sheets, pillowcases, whatever you have, and you can kind of like staple them up or hang them with regular curtain rods to help absorb. Because when I first came in, you had it set up very differently.
Yes, I did. And I thought that's all I could do with the space until I got external perspective.
Right.
One thing that hit me that you said, you have to enjoy the space, because when you enjoy the space you're in, you're more creative, you want to stay longer, you want to compose more. And it really hit me. And what's amazing is my 14-year-old son comes here and takes over the space.
One thing I really want to drive home, the number one aspect is that you have to enjoy it.
It's totally worth putting a little bit of effort and creativity in organizing a space that is full of ambiance and comfort.
Ambiance, you said it. And to that note, unintended, you came up with some really cool background greenery and some cool lights.
I did, and it's again not something I had to buy, it's just something I had in my storage and closets, and we're gonna see shortly, right?
Here we go, I can't wait. Nomad here with the career musician, and as you know, we are at Oksana's home studio transformation. This is pretty awesome, folks, because we are in her garage, yet look at this cozy place that we have been able to put together just with a few pieces. Now, honestly, this little table here, it's a card table. You can get this at any store for 20, 30, 40 bucks. I bet you even have one lying around. These things that the computer is sitting on top of, it's an Amazon box that some of the gear came in. We have a little bit of a cushion from the interface box that we took it out and we said, hey, this works. Obviously, Oksana is an amazing piano player. She had this really nice Yamaha, so we just put this right on the edge. Now, she did have these two really cool speaker stands, but again, well, you can get these online super cheap, but even if you don't have the speaker stands, be creative. There's something at your house. If you look at the end here, she's got some really cool nightstands that you have from a bedroom set. You can put your speakers on that. You could take some shoe boxes, put them on top of the nightstands, bam, there's your speaker stand. Leaf kind of foliage, we put that there. She has some nice lights, and this is the space. So now, when she sits down every day and wants to be here and create. Okay, that's number one. Number two, cables. I hate cables just as much as you do. But guess what?
It's not a big deal.
Cables are okay, and they're our friends. Let me explain. First of all, you might be familiar with these USB cables, what I call the old school USB. I think this is a USB-A. It's the original USB. It's that square, kind of funky one, right? You've probably seen this all over the place. If your laptop or computer has one of these guys, plug it in. Now, depending on the type of interface you got, and we have a Universal Audio Volt 276, super cool and very affordable. This has a USB-C receptacle on it. So that's this little USB guy. So again, we're comparing the wider, kind of bulky USB to the little petite USB. Doesn't matter. This is a cable that has one of each on both ends. Now, if you have a newer laptop that has a USB-C receptacle, then you just go USB-C to USB-C. As we say, C to shining C. Now, these are readily available, Amazon, no problem. Now, if you are super old school like me, because I've been doing home recording since the 90s, I'm sorry, say that again? Yes, the 90s. You might be familiar with such guys as this. Now, this is the PreSonus. This is an old interface. But if you look at this USB, and it even says USB, it's got this clunky one on it. It's almost a perfect square, so it's not rectangular, but you know what these are from? You remember the old printers that you have in the home office? That's what these are. These are those old printer cables. Now, you plug that big guy into there, and this is your older interface, and guess what? You can still use it on a newer computer. You know why? Because the USB gods have blessed us with what? Wait, adapters! And these are awesome. You can take an old clunky USB and turn it into a USB-C or vice versa. You can take a slim USB-C and turn it into an old clunky original USB. So no matter what scenario, what configuration you have or gear, I don't care if you have gear from the dinosaur ages, it's gonna work. And here's the best part. If you go to thecareermusician.com and you go to our page for pro level sessions, scroll down to the bottom, you hit get our Amazon Studio Essentials. It takes you right to our Amazon store, and all of these pieces, all of these adapters and elements are available right here. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Systems active.
So we call this a controller. It's controlling the notes to get inside the computer. Like I said, now luckily this Yamaha keyboard controller is pretty light, so I can kind of just maneuver it. But again, looking at this old USB printer style plug, super simple. It goes right back here. Sometimes it's gonna say USB, like this one does, USB to host. Now remember, this is the controller which controls the notes we're playing, which goes to the computer, AKA the host. Sometimes they call it the host, sometimes they don't even mention it, but that doesn't matter because we recognize the type of fitting it is. We plug this guy in, make sure you get it just right because there's a couple little weird angles on there. And then put the keyboard back down. Now, remember, this is the USB old school guy. We have to take this and put an adapter on it. Again, so grateful for the USB gods that are on our side. Take this little adapter, make sure it lines up properly, and you can kind of see where it's supposed to go. Bam, that's good. Now we just took this older USB and turned it into a new USB-C, all right? Which then beautifully fits into our brand new MacBook Pro, like a glove, okay? And you'll hear that snap. Now, Look down here in the dock. You're gonna see this little guy jumping up. Logic is saying, wait a minute, I recognize a new instrument. All good. We're gonna go hook it up right now. Bam, we slide over to our home page and Logic says, do you want to use the audio device digital piano? You can change the audio device later in Logic Pro settings, and then it says use, don't use, do not show this message again because it'll blow up as I throw it across the room. No, not that last part isn't true. Don't throw it across the room. What's so cool about this is that it's automated. It's saying, hey, I recognize some new hardware. Do you want me to use this? Stay tuned.